Protesters trying to stop Cop City take to the streets to prevent police training, but the DeKalb County coppers were more than ready to stop them. As they eventually deployed tear gas that the protesters were oddly prepared for. Now, nothing tells the police that you don't need militarized training more than getting 1,000 people together to take over the streets and refuse to disperse, marching in the name of a man that shot a Georgia state trooper earlier this year and carrying banners comparing their movement to the Middle East. Something about this protest might just make the mayor feel justified in giving their police more protection, as online they compare their coppers' reaction to an actual military conflict overseas, saying their struggles are directly connected. I'm sorry, but in no world can what's happening over there be compared to parading around with papier-mâché puppets of who knows what, and having marching band dance parties at the park, and being armed with their tactical cookie sheet. There are absolutely no similarities to your parade being told to stop blocking the street to civilians being shelled overseas, and at some level, I think even they know that. But to them, I don't think it's about actually enacting change and helping. I think it's about the people that never put themselves in power to actually produce change, doing something in their free time that makes them feel better about never working hard enough to put themselves in power to actually produce change. Just look at the article from NBC about all the protesters getting very serious charges, where they feign the movement is about stopping police militarization, when some of their leaders have been accused of money laundering, and now several of them are getting hit with terror charges, as they had been throwing Molotovs at cops, and this is all after a protester was shooting at them, which makes me know this is a very unserious movement. Tensions have been spiraling out of control between the police and the protesters, and somehow they think doing more of the same is going to make law enforcement less aggressive. And I'm sorry, but in what world do they think marching behind this is going to have any impact whatsoever on the officers marching behind this? Holding a cardboard cutout of a mosquito saying, "We will drain you," means absolutely nothing to the guy driving the beast. And sadly, I do understand where these activists are coming from. Although I am a huge fan of law and order, I also don't want an overly militarized police force. As recently I remember how eagerly they enforced those lockdowns on regular citizens, all while letting criminals loot and burn those same places. But at no time did I ever think, this might be a problem later on. So let's saran wrap ourselves underneath papier-mâché pigs and block traffic near the forest, because that's how adults enact legislative change. And I don't know about you, but if I got stuck on the street on my way to work behind a group of people that had enough free time to make whatever this is, I don't care what their stance is, I'm now automatically against it. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status of today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how 7-Elevens may no longer need police protection when they're serving up their own brand of pizza pan justice.